Hello, dear students. This is Sarita Arora, your social science teacher. I welcome you all in virtual classes initiative started by Shas Namji Girls School Sirsa. In the last session, we have started our chapter Nationalism in India, and in that chapter, in last session, we have discussed about civil disobedience movement, its starting, its effect on different social groups. Now, in the end, in in today's session, I will tell you about the limitations of the civil disobedience movement, why it was not so successful, what were the drawbacks. First one, all the social groups haven't took active part in civil disobedience movement. One group was the so-called untouchables. Dalits or oppressed. For a long time, the Congress leaders have ignored the Dalits because Hindus, high caste, they were afraid. But Mahatma Gandhi declared that India would not attain Swaraj, would not take Swaraj or independence if they will not stop untouchability. So he called the untouchables Harijans. Harijans mean children of Hari or God. He organized satyagraha to make their entry in temples. Mean they can now go to temples also. They can take water from public wells also. Even Gandhiji himself cleaned their toilets and compelled the upper caste Hindus to change their heart and leave the sin of untouchability. The second limitation is many Dalit leaders want different political solution to the problems of the community. But they demanded reserved seats in education institution and separate electorates. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he organized the Dalits into depressed classes association in 1930. Then he came in conflict with Mahatma Gandhi at the second roundtable conference. Why? Because he demanded separate electorates for his community. Because of this, Gandhiji didn't want this, so he began a fast unto death. Mean Gandhiji opposed it. Then Gandhiji believed that if Ambedkar demand was accepted, that it was very difficult to integrate, to collect the Dalits into society. So Dr. Ambedkar accepted Gandhiji's position, and the result was a Pune Pact of September 1932. Pact, again I am telling, pact mean compromise or samjhota. So what was decided about Pune Pact? It was decided that the seats would be reserved for the depressed classes where in central and provincial legislative councils. But they will get vote by general electorates. Now next limitation, some political organization, they also didn't give it their support and cooperation to civil disobedience movement, because when the non-cooperation and Khilafat movement was over, so many Muslims, they feel separate from the Congress. So in between that Hindu-Muslim communal clashes and riots held in various cities. Because of this, the gap between Hindus and Muslims increased. But the Congress came to be near the Hindu religious nationalist groups like the Hindu Mahasabha, so the Muslims became disappointed. The Congress and the Muslim League, they made so many efforts to conclude an alliance. But Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was a leader of the Muslim League, one time he was willing to give up the demand for separate electorates, but at the stake of mean एक शर्त पे, which was that कि if Muslims were given reserved seats in the Central Assembly. So the all parties conference meeting was held in February, May, August in 1928, but unfortunately all hopes disappeared because M. Majaikar of the Hindu Mahasabha, he opposed efforts at a compromise. So when civil disobedience movement started, there was an atmosphere of suspicion and distrust. That's why Muslim hasn't given response to the united struggle. Many Muslim leaders, they thought about the status of Muslims. They thought that Muslims were in minority in India. They feared that they would be submerged if they will get independence, and they had to live under the domination of Hindu majority. So they did not cooperate Congress in civil disobedience movement. So it did not become fully successful in attaining independence. You know, in this chapter, what we have discussed about nationalism in India. Nationalism spreads when people begin to believe that they are all part of the same nation, when they discover some unity that binds them together. Nationalism is people's sense of belonging to a nation. It also includes feelings of loyalty to the nation, pride in its culture and history, and in many cases, they desire for independence also. Nationalist feelings, especially the desire for each country to govern itself by their own people, this has changed the world. The effects of nationalism can be good and bad also, but it gives people a sense of collective belonging, pride, and a willingness to make sacrifice for their country. The sense of collective belonging comes through the experience of united struggle. But there are a variety of culture processes which help in the development of nationalism. Which are those sources? These are history and fiction, folklore and songs, popular prints and symbols. All they play important role in making of nationalism. Like European countries, the nation is often represented as a symbol in the form of figures or images. Why? Because it helps to create an image which people can identify the nation, which they can call it is my nation. In 20th century, India bring a image of Bharat Mata. This image was first, who has created it? Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Then in 1870 he wrote Vande Mataram. After that it was included in Anand Mathe's book, but it was too much sung during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal. Then second, Abindranath Tagore painted his painting of Bharat Mata. In this portrait, Bharat Mata is shown calm, spiritual and divine. After that, more paintings were painted. Bharat Mata was shown as a mother figure. After that, other images of Bharat Mata were painted. For example, the painting Bharat Mata was after that with Trishul, standing beside a lion and an elephant. Bharat Mata with a Trishul, standing beside a lion and elephant, both symbols of power and authority. Then again, nationalism was developed through a movement to revive old folklores. The poets traveled to the villages to collect folk tales and songs which were sung by bards. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself collected nursery rhymes and folk tales. Natesha Shastri published a 4-volume collection of Tamil folklores. As the national movement developed in Bengal, a tricolor flag which has color red, green and yellow was designed. It had 8 lodges, which means 8 provinces of the British Empire, and a crescent moon, which means the Hindus and the Muslims. But by 1921, Gandhiji again designed a tricolor flag which has color red, green and white. In the center, a spinning wheel carrying the idea of self-help. Then about history. It was also reinterpreted to develop the feeling of nationalism. Why? Because the Britishers always saw India as a backward and uncivilized country. But the discovery of Indus Valley Civilization in 1922 proved that India was one of the ancient civilizations of the world. The nationalist historians compared the people to take pride in India's great achievement in the past and struggle to change the condition of life under British rule, means to take independence. So in the end we can say India's freedom struggle was basically the result of a fundamental contradiction between the interest of Indian people and British colonialism. But the idea of non-violence amazed the world. हैरान कर दिया पूरे वर्ल्ड को. Why? Because non-violence shook the mightiest, the strongest colonial empire of Britishers of the early 20th century, and people were waiting for freedom. Okay beta, now chapter is completed. Today you are to read pages 67 to 72. After that you write question answer given on page 74 in your fair notebook. So that's enough for today. If you have any queries, please let me know. Thank you. Have a great day.